Hi, welcome back to Blue Mountain Bushcraft and Outdoors. Today we're going to take a look at a budget item. This is going to be a wood gas stove. It has no brand name, comes from China, and it's very inexpensive. So, that sounds like something that interests you? Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Alright guys, I wasn't planning on doing this video today, but I had multiple requests on the Facebook group Blue Mountain Bushcraft and Outdoors. I had recently actually accidentally purchased a Chinese wood gas stove. Now, a friend of mine, Joe Mobley over at Feral Woodcraft, had purchased one for himself, sent me a message telling me how nice it was, how well it worked. When I was checking it out on eBay, I accidentally hit the buy it now button. It was just easier to pay the $22 that it cost to purchase it than try and redact the purchase. So that's what I did. In any case, wood gas stoves have always intrigued me, but I've never played with them. I've looked at the Solo stove and a few of the others, and I thought they looked great. It was like something that I wanted to try out, but never enough to spend the $60 to $100 to experiment with one. So this is a Chinese product. If that turns you off, you probably just want to shut the video off now. Does not have a brand name associated with it. This was a generic product, and I've also found the product on Amazon, and under a variety of sellers there are a variety of different names. So, your mileage may vary depending on where you get this, but I would imagine just by looking at the different pictures from the different sellers, they're all pretty much the same thing. In any case, this is a compact wood gas stove. This is my first foray into wood gas stoves, and this one's not too bad. It fits inside my aluminum Moore's pot with room to spare. I can still fit items in here for storage if I'm going to take this backpacking, but when you get it, this is how it comes. Alright, like I said, when you pull it out of the box for the first time, this is what you see. There is a nice black mesh bag with a drawstring, cord lock. Open that up, and you've got your stove. So this is a pretty simple piece of kit. There's only a few different items. You've got the stove base, you've got your pot stand, and your combustion chamber. Your combustion chamber is actually two different pieces. You've got this tray here, which is removable, and then you've got this double-walled ring. Assembling the stove is very easy. Take your ashtray here, your base, drop that down inside the combustion chamber, push that all the way down in, and it'll stop on its own. And all you need to do is take your base, put that there, put your pot stand on top, rotate your legs out, and there you go. So for those of you who aren't familiar with a good wood gas stove, this is basically how it works in a nutshell. You have your combustible materials down here, you get your fire going. As they start to burn, they heat up the air in this combustion chamber ring. Your materials are here, they're not in contact with the ground because they're sitting on the base. The base is also vented. That superheated air starts to draw air up in through here and out these vents. As your wood's burning, that burning wood is producing a gaseous vapor that is also flammable, and as that recirculates, that flammable gas ignites, comes out these jets, and you have a very clean, efficient burn. Okay, so instead of me talking about this, let's light this thing up and you can see how it works. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our tinder. In this case, I'm just using feathers and shavings that I made from a cedar tree. We'll light this like I normally would. This thing gets going, it starts burning pretty quickly, so you want to have your wood and your materials ready to go. Now, you're not really skipping any fire making steps here. This just provides some added convenience and efficiency. You can see when I first start adding fuel to this, it's pretty smoky. As that smoke heats up, start building up more flame, you can see the smoke is down to almost nothing, and hopefully you can see the gas that's coming out of these vents up top here is igniting. You've got things started. I'm going to start cooking. Put your pot stand on. Again, you want to get this thing stoked up pretty good, because once you have your pot on, it's a whole lot harder to feed it fuel. One thing I found when you're messing around with this thing, you want to watch for is what you put it on. This is on top of a cedar stump, and you could see before where it actually caught fire down here. It was burning underneath the combustion chamber, which was kind of screwing up the burn of the stove. It was getting it really smoky. It wasn't allowing that gas to flow up through the chamber and come out up here. You can see now that I've moved it over and it's no longer on fire underneath, that it's burning pretty efficiently. Okay, I only filled this pot up about, I don't know, maybe a third of the way. I didn't fill it up too far, but it's only been on for about 5 minutes. And as you can see, it's up to a rolling boil, no problem. That was with just a handful of cedar, a couple of pieces of wood. Didn't take much at all, and this thing's still going strong. You can see what that looks like as the wood is starting to burn out. Okay, well, you can certainly see that there's some soot and dirt involved. Of course, you know, we're burning wood, there's going to be, but for the most part, this thing burns very cleanly. There's not a whole lot of mess involved. Let's talk about what fits and what doesn't fit. This style of a base has some limitations to it. This Moore's pot fits on here great. A frying pan, I'm sure, would fit on here fine. Anything with a base wide enough to engage these legs is going to be good to go. Where you run into a problem is with things like a canteen cup. That doesn't fit on here real well. Or just your standard metal cup. It fits on a little better. That rounded base on these cups doesn't really mate up too well. Same thing with the Stanley pot. Doesn't do a good job. What I think I might do is try and form some sort of a wire ring that'll fit inside this kit, that'll make it great for on top of here for when I need it. The other thing that I haven't tried in practice yet is turning these legs over like this. Oops, still a little warm. And then using it like that. I don't know how stable it'll be. These things seem to stand up on their own fine, but with a round cup, that seems to work pretty well. Stanley pot, I think that'll probably be okay too. Canteen cup, a little less stable. If you fiddle around with it, you can get it to a spot where it's not too bad. Okay, so what do I think of this thing? I gotta tell you, so far I'm really impressed with it. The construction quality seems to be good. Everything works the way it should. Now, I haven't had this long term, so I don't know how it's gonna hold up, but really the only moving parts here are these pot bases. And those are pretty simple, and they seem to be in place pretty well. Other than that, everything is just solid stainless steel. There's not really any moving parts to break. Like I said, all the welds are clean. Everything fits well, finished nicely. Frankly, I don't see how you can go wrong. You get a pretty nice little carrying bag with it, and it fits perfectly inside my Moore's pot. So I'm happy with the thing. So guys, like I said, you can find this on eBay. If you search for it, I will provide you an Amazon link down below. I'm pretty sure I saw one of these available on Amazon Prime, which means it should be available to ship pretty quickly. I guess this is more of a first impressions video, since I haven't had it but for a couple of days, and this is really only the second time I've fired it up. If I have any issues with the thing, I'll certainly come back and let you guys know. But for now, I give this thing a big thumbs up. All right, guys, if you liked the video, thumbs up. Make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe down below. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think of this. If you picked one up, come on over to our Facebook group. And if you have any other questions or other experiences, let us know about it over there. I'd love to hear from you. All right, guys. See ya. Make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe.